Hello everyone. Welcome back to UGC Net English Objective Type Questions. Our first question for today is: who called Henry Louis Vivian Desroches as the national bard of modern India? Answer: E.F. Houghton. E.F. Houghton called Henry Louis Vivian Desroches as the national bard of modern India. Question number 2. Goodbye to All That is an autobiography which first appeared in 1929 when the author was 34 years old. Who wrote this autobiography, Goodbye to All That? Answer: Robert Graves. Goodbye to All That is an autobiography which first appeared in 1929 when the author was 34 years old. The autobiography Goodbye to All That was written by Robert Graves. Now moving on to question number 3. Invective means dash. Invective. Answer: insulting, abusive or highly critical language. Invective means insulting, abusive or highly critical language. Question number 4. Season of Anomy and The Interpreters are novels written by Answer: Hole Soyinka. Season of Anomy and The Interpreters are novels written by Hole Soyinka. Question number 5. A dash is a brief comic tale in verse, usually scurrilous and often scatological or obscene. Answer: fablio. Fablio, plural is fablex. A fablio is a brief comic tale in verse, usually scurrilous and often scatological or obscene. Question number 6. Three Plays for Puritans is a collection of plays by George Bernard Shaw, published in 1901. The three plays are dash. Answer: The Devil's Disciple, Caesar and Cleopatra, and a Captain Brassbound's Conversion. Three Plays for Puritans is a collection of plays written by George Bernard Shaw, published in 1901. The three plays are The Devil's Disciple, Caesar and Cleopatra, and a Captain Brassbound's Conversion. Next question, question number 7. Who said John Donne affects the metaphysics? Answer: John Dryden. John Dryden said Donne affects the metaphysics. Question number 8. Commedia dell'arte literally means dash. Answer: comedy of the profession. Commedia dell'arte literally means comedy of the profession. Question number 9. which is the story of Ugbanch Ojbeta, who, following the death of her parents, is sold into domestic slavery. The main character is Ugbanch Ojbeta. Answer: The Slave Girl, written by Buchi Amchata, which is the story of Ugbanch Ojbeta, who, following the death of her parents, is sold into domestic slavery. The Slave Girl, written by Buchi Amchata. Now the 10th question. One of Francis Bacon's essays, he says, "For dash make the indeed a fair day in the affections from storm and tempest, but it make the daylight in the understanding out of darkness and confusion of thoughts." Answer: Friendship. These are the lines from Francis Bacon's Of Friendship, his essay titled Of Friendship. In one of Francis Bacon's essays, he says, "For friendship maketh indeed a fair day in the affections from storm and tempest, but it make the daylight in the understanding out of darkness and confusion of thoughts." Lines from Francis Bacon's Of Friendship. Now question number 11. According to Julia Kristeva, dash is the pre-linguistic stage of a child when its psychosomatic impulses are centered on the mother's body. Answer: semiotic chora. According to Julia Kristeva, semiotic chora is the pre-linguistic stage of a child when its psychosomatic impulses are centered on the mother's body. Question number 12. Theatres that were closed down in 1642 were reopened in dash. Answer: 1660. Theatres that were closed down in 1642 were reopened in 1660. Question number 13. Who wrote the work The Wide Sargasso Sea, published in 1966, which can be considered a rethinking of Mr. Rochester's account of his courtship and marriage as given in Charlotte Bronte's work Jane Eyre? Answer: Jean Rhys. Jean Rhys wrote the book The Wide Sargasso Sea, published in 1966, which can be considered a rethinking of Mr. Rochester's account of his courtship and marriage as given in Charlotte Bronte's novel Jane Eyre. Now question number 14. Which poet inspired the metaphysical school of poetry? Answer: John Donne. John Donne inspired the metaphysical school of poetry. Question number 15. At what time do sleepless lovers awake in The Rape of the Lock, in Alexander Pope's poem, The Rape of the Lock? Answer: noontime. At noontime do sleepless lovers awake, as mentioned in Alexander Pope's poem The Rape of the Lock. Question number 15. And in this poem by John Banville, a woman steps out of her lover's canvases. It contains a character named Moro. There is murder, art, and a Greek mythology in this novel. There is also a serial killer. Which is the novel? Answer: Athena. Athena is a novel by John Banville, and in this novel, a woman steps out of her lover's canvases. This novel contains a character named Moro. There is a murder, art, and a Greek mythology. Then there is also a serial killer in this work of John Banville. The work is Athena, written by John Banville. Now question number 16. Dash is a Middle English alliterative romance at the end of which a knight wears a girdle as a sign of his failure and his sinfulness. Answer: Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight is a Middle English alliterative romance at the end of which a knight wears a girdle as a sign of his failure and sinfulness. Question number 17. You find no man at all intellectual who is willing to leave London. Sir, when a man is tired of London, he is tired of life. For there is in London all that life can afford. Who observed it so? Answer: Dr. Samuel Johnson. Dr. Samuel Johnson said, You find no man at all intellectual who is willing to leave London. So, when a man is tired of London, he is tired of life, for there is in London all that life can afford. Question number 18. Dash was a major philologist of the 20th century who was known for his studies on Old and Middle English and who wrote a trilogy of mythopoetic fiction that became extremely popular at the end of the 20th century. Answer: J.R.R. Tolkien. J.R.R. Tolkien was a major philologist of the 20th century who was known for his studies on Old and Middle English and who wrote a trilogy of mythopoetic fiction that became extremely popular at the end of the 20th century. Question number 19. Who expanded Saussures' linguistic theories into a full-fledged model of semiology, which he then applied to the use of mythology in culture? Answer: Roland Barthes. Roland Barthes expanded Saussures' linguistic theories into a full-fledged model of semiology, which he then applied to the use of mythology in culture. Roland Barthes. Question number 20. Margaret, Peter Bell, Michael, and the Idiot Boy are some of the earlier poems written by Answer: William Wordsworth. Margaret, Peter Bell, Michael, and the Idiot Boy are some of the earlier poems written by the Romantic poet William Wordsworth. Question number 21. Captain McVeigh, who sails the SS Nansen, a British-built steamer, is the main character in Joseph Conrad's novel Dash. Answer: Typhoon. Captain McVeigh, who sails the SS Nansen, a British-built steamer, is the main character in Joseph Conrad's novel Typhoon. Question number 21. Someone with a vocabulary of only 200 words can still combine the words in different ways to say 1,000 different things. This aspect of language is referred to as dash. Answer: infinite generativity. Someone with a vocabulary of only 200 words can still combine the words in different ways to say 1,000 different things. This aspect of language is referred to as infinite generativity. Question number 22. John Donne's dash is the intense analysis of the moods of a lover. Answer: Songs and Sonnets. John Donne's Songs and Sonnets is the intense analysis of the moods of a lover. Question number 23. Nights at the Circus, published 1984, is a story of Phoebus, a Cockney Boer woman. Who wrote this work? Answer: Angela Carter. Nights at the Circus, a story of Phoebus, a Cockney Boer woman, was written by Angela Carter. Question number 24. The Fakir of Jankira, a metrical tale and the other poems, published in 1828, was written by dash. Answer: Henry Louis Vivian de Roche. The Fakir of Jankira, a metrical tale and other poems, 1828, was written by Henry Louis Vivian de Roche. Question number 25. Cavalier poets lived during the reign of dash. Answer: Charles I, King Charles I. Cavalier poets lived during the reign of King Charles I. Question number 26. Eureka is a lengthy non-fiction work written by the American author Edgar Allan Poe, which he subtitled as a prose poem. What is the other subtitle of this poem? Answer: An essay on the material and spiritual universe. Eureka, an essay on the material and spiritual universe. Eureka is a lengthy non-fiction work written by the American author Edgar Allan Poe, which he subtitled as a prose poem. That means Eureka, a prose poem. What is the other subtitle of this poem? Eureka, an essay on the material and spiritual universe. Question number 27. In Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, dash and dash are the colors of the girdle, which are also associated with the Green Knight. Answer: green and gold. In Gawain and the Green Knight, green and gold are the colors of the girdle, which are also associated with the Green Knight. Question number 28. Dash is a South African writer best known for her book Country of My Skull. Answer: Angie Krog. Angie Krog is a South African writer best known for her book Country of My Skull. Country of My Skull by Angie Krog. Question number 29. Slaughterhouse-Five or the Children's Crusade, Duty Dance with That is a 1969 semi-autobiographic science fiction-infused anti-war novel written by Dash. Answer: Kurt Vonnegut. Kurt Vonnegut. Slaughterhouse-Five or the Children's Crusade, Duty Dance with That is a 1969 semi-autobiographic science fiction-infused anti-war novel written by Kurt Vonnegut. Now question number 30, the last question. Ernest Dowson, Lionel Johnson, Francis Thompson, Richard Lee Gallion, John Gray, John Davidson, Edwin J. Ellis, Victor Plow, Sloan Image, Lord Alfred Douglas, Arthur Cecil Hellyer, John Todhunter, G. A. Green, Arthur Symons, Ernest Radford, and Thomas William Ralston can together be called Dash. Answer: members of the Rhymers Club. These are the members of the Rhymers Club. Ernest Dowson, Lionel Johnson, Francis Thompson, Richard Lee Gallion, John Gray, John Davidson, Edwin J. Ellis, Victor Plow, Sloan Image, Lord Alfred Douglas, Arthur Cecil Hellyer, John Todhunter, G. A. Green, Arthur Symons, Ernest Radford, and Thomas William Ralston can together be called members of the Rhymers Club. Let's conclude for today. In the next class, we will meet again with some more interesting questions.